get turned into vehicle drops, supply drops, and a lot of things that help your team just keep on pushing for victory.
Again, that's one of the elements that I've always loved about Battlefield is just team play. And that's really what it feels like. And it doesn't matter whether I hop into a public server or whether I'm getting highly competitive and joining a squad. You always feel that you're playing for a team.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried hard, and we do notice the fact that there are many people out there who want to either do infantry only or they want to play as a lone wolf, and we hate to dictate to the player how to play Battlefield. If you want a small mode, you want the beauty of classes, customization, destruction, go at it. But if you want the team play factor, we've upped our game. We included now 5 players in the squad. We have the field upgrade system, which allow the squad to choose their individual unlock career. You can choose kind of the defensive path, and there you have 4 different levels of unlocks that will up your game. And then as you work as a squad, you start building up your score and you unlock these tiers. But if you get wiped as a squad, if you're all in one helicopter and get shot down, your progress bar will go down. So it's working together as a team for the best of the game.
For those of you that are wondering what we're talking about, the field upgrades, it's going to be in your bottom left-hand side of your screen, and each individual player can select their own field upgrades that they would like. So far, we have the defaults for each of the classes is going to be an offensive and a defensive, and then we're seeing some very specific types as well, field upgrades for each one of the, whether it's recon or assault or.
Yeah. So you can unlock more, and it's really to allow you to find kind of what suits you best. So we don't dictate for a whole squad how they're supposed to play. So while being individualist, you can still be a team player.
So how do you build up in your progress bar down here?
So by performing team actions and working as a squad, you start seeing you have squad score, and these build up to this progress. And the progress is individual, so if you do decide to leave a squad and go to another, you keep the progress on your bar.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you'd mentioned is if your entire squad has been taken out, you go down. Is that just like one level, or is that?
We've looked at taking you down one step. To be honest, while I stand here and enjoy myself and watch beautiful gamers game, the team is hard at work defining those, the last tweaks and tunes to find the balance. Since this game is supposed to be played for many years, and you really want to nail that fine balance. So exactly how much is still to be defined.
This is one of the things that I was looking out for is the assault classes having the defibrillators. I'm happy to finally see it. I know that it was going to be a part of the game, but I'm happy to finally get the chance to see them being brought out. Having to work so hard on the creative aspects of it, just the idea, where you're going with the design. Is there anything that you really like as a player, as just someone that just playing Battlefield?
Yeah, to me, I mean, I'm in a fortunate position. For 14 years, I've been building the game that I love to play. So I think a lot of my taste in gaming has colored the game and its evolution. So for me, the beauty of just stepping back at the whole franchise is that I can choose how to play. On my good days, when I surprise myself and actually kill people, I can enjoy a good team deathmatch, while I can truly enjoy a big, large conquest game or obliteration. Lots of vehicles. I don't even kill people, I just perform team actions. And what I really feel, I mean, with Paracel Storm, with the new obliteration mode, is that the pieces are falling into place, It's the team play and, to be honest, the joy and fun. On the surface, it seems very serious. The joy and fun that gets brought out by the team play perspective of trying to bring a bomb to the other team's home base, together with the storm that starts building up, together with the vehicle gameplay. I think we're building something that people haven't really seen before. And I mean, we're going to bring this to the next generation of consoles as well. 64 players, 60 FPS. So I think it's a huge step forward for the Battlefield franchise and all.
I'm looking forward to the actual release and also seeing it just in beta process, the open beta. Yeah. It's going to be just great to watch how players create a new metagame for each individual map, each type of game type, whether and also, like you said, obliteration and seeing how the game is really going to be that tug of war. And they're I mean, across the map. I mean, so for those that are kind of curious, we'll actually take some time tomorrow to look at obliteration and see the map layouts and how there's 3 different points on both sides, Russian and the Chinese, and then there's going to be a bomb that you're basically trying to pick up and take it to an MCOM point.
Exactly, and it's a random, it's an area, general area where it can spawn, but it's always in a random place, so it can't be that predictable.
That's
so.
That's great. It's just the thought process that goes into it, and just seeing how dynamic these games really can be. I mean, it's a marketing term, but in all honesty, it's very true that no game is alike. No single game is going to be like anything else. I mean, watching all the different types of evolution that come into play.
Yeah, and many times I think when we talk about the game, it's easy to make it sound like it's a marketing pitch or anything, but to be honest, what we've done since the very first prototype is play it on a daily basis, and we still do. And as we do it, we build from the crosshair and out. If running, gunning, shooting isn't fun, then the rest doesn't matter. And then we add on top, we upped kind of your customization. You can customize your side on. We added lots of little things, like we talked about diving, sprinting on ladders, sprinting in water. Lots of little things, but all of these things often don't get any attention since you talk about levolution or destruction and so on. But I think that once you start getting in there and seeing what's under the big names, it's truly a new battlefield that we're trying to refine in all the areas that we feel need to take a new direction, or we got a clear direction from the community that they want to see fixed.
Let the viewers see at home exactly who's currently winning. Of course, Daniel Matrosa, that we've worked with there at E3, just did an impressive job with the spectator mode. I come from a competitive gaming background, a lot of shoutcasting, and just seeing what Daniel's done so far with the UI, I say so far, what it is right now is a total package as is, and I know that he's still fine-tuning and making those small tweaks.
Yeah, we get a lot of feedback, and we try to, we showed it at E3 and we're showing it here, and get a lot of feedback, and it's been a very positive feedback. So I'm extremely proud to finally get it in there. We've had endless questions around it, and I understand the community. It's something that should have been in there for a long time, and finally it's there. And overall, I think that the Battlefield really lends itself to competitive gaming. We're always trying to cater for individualists, but packaging it with a layer of team play. And now to be able to bring it to the world with the broadcasting possibilities is a huge step forward.
I think it's just a great component. It works for me. I mean, it's one of my things, my bread and butter. But also, let's just kind of talk about, you mentioned some of the attachments, some of the additional things that are being added as we're talking right now. I've had the chance to see that not only E3 we discussed about the canted iron sight. I think that's one of the greatest elements that has been brought out in any game, just in terms of having the ability, because that's one of my biggest frustrations is I'm running with my gun at my side, and then whenever I really want to make a decent shot, I scope in, but it's close quarters, and I can't. That battle's just so difficult for me.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree. It's a lot of little things, and for us, having made Battlefield for such a long time, it's sometimes hard to find a balance between what some people would consider extreme hardcore features, but we try to go at them and see what does this bring to every type of gamer. So whether you're hardcore or not, this makes a difference, and it's up to you to choose kind of how you want to play the Battlefield. And with the new test range we're putting in there to allow you to go in and try out things before you go on the battlefield, to finally get to learn how to master a helicopter or a plane or try out the tanks, I think that will also let people get acquainted before they go out and try to master opponents on the battlefield.
So you have communities out there on Reddit, even on your own Battlelog forums, just all across. How often do you listen to the community?
I would say constantly. I mean, I know that I'm not that visible on forums and stuff.
I've been playing the builds along the way, my different visits over to DICE, and played this one a little earlier.
So how did you do?
You know, a little mixed initially. Like any Battlefield map, you got to get the hang of it. But once I got the lay of the land, I was doing pretty good. I like to play the engineer class, so I was sitting back looking to launch rockets at people.
Engineering is the one class that I couldn't get a hang of, but I've actually noticed that in Battlefield 4, it's really critical because you can plant C4 on boats, so you just swim out to a boat and then blow it up and then get to go back.
Yeah, that's what's awesome about Battlefield. It's the sandbox gameplay. It's the combination of things that you just don't expect or think about initially, but engineer's where it's at for me because you can take on vehicles and you still have a rifle that you can defend yourself in close quarters.
I think what's also important with Battlefield, obviously the visuals. Like, Frostbite is just an amazing engine, and I love watching it. Whenever I want to show off my PC, I'll just boot up Battlefield. Can you speak a little bit towards Frostbite? Because I know that it's something that EA is heavily investing in and wants to bring to the forefront of technology.
Yeah, look, we about 18 months ago, we made big investments in tech for Gen 4 with EA Sports Ignite and Frostbite. And it was critical, absolutely getting those off the ground and getting our game teams world-class development environments, and we've largely accomplished that. You know, what Frostbite 3 gives you out of the chute is just unbelievable. We now have over 2,000 developers at EA working on Frostbite games. It's now powering what BioWare's doing, what Visceral's doing. Everything across the board on the entertainment side of the business is going to be running off Frostbite. Just, you know, the sheer rendering power and the performance of Frostbite is world class. It's better than anything else out there. And the things that you get out of the box, like destructible environments, the animation system that we got from sports with Ant, it just comes together and it creates, you know, this toolkit for our developers to create world-class experiences. And I just, when we dropped the skyscraper on people at E3, you know, I thought that was going to be impressive, but now we can crash a battleship into an island and then shoot machine guns off the top of it. The DICE guys just keep blowing people away.
Yeah, I think that ship coming into the map is always devastating. For some reason, I always get caught in front of it. It's just hard to deal with. And it's just a great example of a better way to play the game, just having the map change over time and seeing all of this. So speaking a little bit towards Battlefield and kind of really the future of the company, are you excited for EA's holiday lineup? Are you excited for everything that we're about to go into?
Look, we're about to execute the best transition in the history of the company. You know, going in on PS4 and Xbox One, we've got 6 incredible titles coming this Christmas, from NBA and Madden and FIFA to Need for Speed and Battlefield, of course, Peggle 2. But right around the corner from that is UFC, Titanfall, Garden Warfare from Plants vs. Zombies. And then we've got a whole bunch of new IP under development inside the studios that we haven't even announced yet. So these next 3 years on Gen 4 consoles is going to be awesome. And, you know, at the same time, our mobile business is just booming right now. Plants vs. Zombies 2 went out last week. It's hitting record numbers for us. So I feel really good about where the company's at, and we've got some really killer growth in front of us.
Have you actually gotten to play Plants vs. Zombies 2 yet?
Oh, absolutely. I played it in development, so yeah.
Yeah, great game. I think that we have a lot going here on the games label and the whole company as a whole. I'm really excited to see everything that all